In today's video, we're going to show you how we fixed the bilge on our very first boat, a Boston Whaler 255, with no experience.
We'll show you how hard it is actually to get down in that bilge, what we actually use to fix it, and if it actually works in the end.
Fingers crossed.
Water? Yeah, same amount of water as last time.
Yeah, and there's the
bilge
one we got to replace.
So just so you know, the bilge pump actually went, well, the bilge pump didn't go. The actual symptom we had was the bilge pump light was on the whole time, and our number 2 battery actually went flat, and we didn't know what was causing it. But as soon as we plugged the new battery in, the bilge pump light came on, which was on 24/7, and of course, obviously the bilge pump wasn't working, which slowly bled dry the battery. So today is our first electrics job. All right, so what we're doing, what Caleb's doing, is there's actually screws at the very, very back of the engine, just down the back there. What we're going to be doing is we'll be actually screwing this back into the bottom of the hull. There's already screws there from the previous one. Then, of course, naturally clipping this one back together. Yes. Then connecting these, which is the plan. You can loosen them, no problems.
Exactly.
But worst case, mate, if we can at least get one of them.
I've loosened the first one. It's got a washer underneath.
Yeah.
It's the second one.
Got a boy. Well done. So then, oh, you okay?
Smash my rib on this part here.
Bottom of that one, top of that one, and you've therefore got the line up. Does that make sense?
So those small holes down the bottom there, one front, one back.
Find the holes again.
You have to use your finger. One of them's covered in sludge.
This f***ing sucks.
Your chest?
I'd have to bleep that out.
Yeah.
I knew when buying a boat, getting in the bilge was going to be hard, but I have to admit, I didn't think it was going to be this hard.
Sorry, I can't move.
Someone's behind you.
Success!
First one's in.
Yeah, it's all right. I can't. I've literally got to do it by feel, because I can't turn my head enough.
Because you'll smash your head into the fuel filter.
Yeah, and I can't.
In the end, I thought it was far better to give it to the younger generation, because he was far more flexible than his old man was.
It's puncturing my lungs.
Boats are tight.
That one's going to be on an angle from where it's screwed in.
It's okay.
Look at that.
Screwed in?
Oh, great. I just styled my hair with bilge water.
All right, just so you know, thanks to Carla, we've got the second screw in. Both screws are in now. The plastic cover is now secure, so it doesn't move around. Now we have to do the electrics. This is something we haven't done before. I suppose we haven't screwed that in before either.
Do you have the electric tape?
Oh, this size. Yep, got all of it. I'll show you what I've got. So I've got shrinkable tape. We heat that up. I've got a heater for it. So heat it up so you put in your heat it. I've also got, no, I'll show you. It doesn't matter. Don't like. I've got a tape here to be able to go around the edge once we've heated it up and secured it. And I've also got tape ties.
Yeah, I see them.
So I think it's probably going to be one of the small ones, the 0.75s or something. Have you used one of these before? Okay. Strip it. Yeah. Like that. I just wasn't tough enough with it, mate. Just really quickly, if anyone has any suggestions on how to cut the wire easier, please leave in the comments. We need as much help as we can get. Oh, bitchin'!
You just knocked yourself with the pace
Yes,
of
I
road
did.
wide away.
So okay, so it's out, it's stripped, but there's got to be a better way of doing that. There's got to be a better way. Anyway, we're going to work that
You
out.
can have about 3 electricians telling you you're an idiot.
Correct. You're actually going to have to cut it. So if you can maybe bring it out.
So at this point, we were searching for the wires to cut, and unfortunately, Caleb found out that the previous installer had actually wrapped the cable around the back of the batteries. So unfortunately, my poor boy had to get further into the bilge just to get the cables, just to cut them so we can start the whole process. But in the end, he got there.
By the way, if this doesn't work, we're in the shit. Anyway, okay, ready?
Dad, have you? Oh, shit.
Set, go. Woo! Guess what? She's working. So what you have to do now is plug the cable.
So really what you're telling me is, now what we're going to do is you're chucking me back
You
in
have to get back down there.
the bilge.
Yes. Well done, mate. Look at that.
Reasons.
Success. You far boy.
It's not a success.
far, boy.
Broken rib.
After plugging in the hose came a fateful moment.
What?
See if it works.
Oh, yeah.
That water's going down.
So let's wrap up the battery. Let's do a final test and put some water in there.
At this point, I wanted to get Caleb to fill up the bilge, not only to make sure the bilge pump was working, but also to make sure the sensor that was connected to it was also working. The last thing I wanted to do was a bilge pump that wouldn't turn on. We fixed the first thing on the boat, and we didn't have any idea what we were doing.
I don't even know what I'm doing still.
That's freaking awesome. And mate, just maybe zip it halfway. I'm just thinking then the air will blow through it. Yeah, that's it. Just half, that's it. Perfect, yep. So if she blows a great big southerly, hopefully she'll blow through the boat rather than blow the boat obviously into something else. That's my very novice logic anyway. And as Caleb just said, Boston is beautiful. I'm so glad we bought a boat. Mate, I'm so proud of you fixing that bilge pump. Getting into that bilge, let alone cutting the electrics. Well done, mate. But what's our next video about?
We're actually on our very first ocean adventure. We're heading over to Rottnest, where we actually show you how to not just do a sand anchor, but also how to connect to a mooring. If you want to see that video, click over the old man's face.
And hit the subscribe, which will be over here, the better face.